what's up? It's Sifu Kuttel, and in this video we're going to be using the Choy footwork to work on our fundamental Choy Kung Fu blocks. Now, if you don't already know the Choy footwork, check the link up here and the link in the description below. I'm not going to spend too much time focusing on the feet, so if you want to learn the footwork, go there first, then come back to this. You can also learn different things. I've done Choy footwork plus basic strikes, plus snake style, plus different weapons like Kung Fu flute or staff or all sorts of different things. And you can learn that in the playlist as well right here. And I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can check that out later. Now, the purpose of the footwork is to get you used to the different stances. I wouldn't say this is something you want to just throw down in the ring where all of a sudden you're just going to do a single pattern. Doing something like that is the wrong way of thinking about how to use your Kung Fu. This is just to develop your mobility from stance to stance. So that's what we're looking for. We're also going to be employing some of the fundamental blocks, and it's important as you do these blocks, keep in mind you don't want to go too far away from the body. So think distance from shoulder to shoulder. So if I'm blocking across, I don't want to go so far that I leave an extra amount of opening that I would have to return to just to meet my opponent's strike. Okay, so only shoulder to shoulder when we're doing these things. And you want to focus on a little bit of rotation of the arm as well. Now there's one blocking position in particular. It's called a chunao. It's like an anchor hand block, or some people like to call it a dragon claw hand. So the main thing is that we're doing a block outward, turning the hand around, and then my hand itself, I'm going to make kind of like doing a peace sign, but a little bit at a diagonal, and then my thumb is not going to touch, okay? So that's the type of block that we're going to do here. I'm also not going to go into too much information about this. If you're having a hard time with this hand, just do like a tiger claw and then wave the hand outward, okay? That's the main thing. Other than that, let's get to work. Okay, so we're going to start things out from a horse stance position, and I'm going to do an upward block. Now the idea here is that my opponent is this way. I'm in a side stance. I'm not facing my opponent like this. This invites a kick to the groin or punches and kicks along the center line of the body. We don't want that. We want to be sideways here so we can limit the targets available. When I'm blocking up, I also have my guard hand balance out. In case I miss or in case there's a follow-up, I have at least something there between me and my opponent. Okay, so again, we have our upward block here. Now, after I do my upward block, I'm going to step away and then block with a downward block. I'm going to unwind, go to a bow stance. Notice from here, I need to take a step forward. We're going to do a lower inward block. Now I step back, stealing stance, outward block. I step out to the side with my right foot, bow stance, and then an inward block. And then I'm going to go to a cat stance position. My right foot is forward. I'm going to use my left hand, and here's that anchor hand block. Okay, so we come upward, outward, and then we're going to follow with a circle. Now, with my left hand, I'm going to do a clockwise circle. With my right hand, I'm going to do a counterclockwise as I see it, okay? So if I'm looking at my own hand, this is going to be clockwise, okay? So again, from here, bring the palm down, circle, and then press down again. This is a coiling bridge. This is one of the most important soft hand blocks in the Choy system, and it really has a couple of different parrying positions. It doesn't always have to be this big circle. That's just extra training, but that's showing you have options: block here, block here, block here, and then even push up and out of the way. So you have options, okay? Now, if you want to be fancy, roll the hand with it and press down, okay? From this last position, I step forward again, upward block. Okay, so again, it's upward block, stepping away, downward block, turn around, low inward block, stepping back, outward block, stepping out to the side, inward block, bringing that cat stance forward, anchor hand, rolling, coiling bridge, and then back to the seiping ma, or that horse stance, for the upward block. Okay, so there you have it. Now, if you notice, these blocks are specific. Every time I end up using the same block with the right hand, same block with the left hand. And what that comes down to is, if you look at the footwork, it's the same thing, same stance with the same leg every time. The best way to become a well-rounded martial artist is to practice things on both sides. So once you get it down on this side, switch it up and see if you can pull it off, with the other hand being the main hand for your block, whether it's for the circle block or you're doing this one. All of these blocks should be practiced with both hands, and the footwork pattern as well. If you want to learn more things with the footwork pattern, again, check the description down below. I'm leaving a link to the basic footwork pattern and then the entire playlist, so you can check it out if you want to learn hand strikes or weapons with the footwork. The last thing I want to mention is on the practical side of using blocks. Don't think of it as always going to be they punch, I block kind of a mentality. These blocks should be used when the punch is open and visible. So not everybody's going to be throwing these perfectly clean punches every now and then, or if they're just tossing out jabs, you don't want to try to hard block these. When somebody's throwing a big open strike, you see it, you can recognize it, and you can address it by applying this block, chopping into their arm. It becomes a strike itself, okay? So not only are we stopping their strike, but we're making it a painful experience that will limit their mobility, and it will make them think twice about throwing that same punch again. So in a sense, it's more of a strategic thing to be used. Not only if somebody just punches, you shouldn't automatically think just to do this. Covers are important for that, head movement is important for that, and just general conditioning is important for that. If somebody's going to throw a body strike, if you're able to block it, block it. If you're able to turn and roll with it, that's great. And then if you have to eat it, make sure that you're conditioned and able to take the strike. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that. We could go into a whole nother long video talking about blocking theory and applications, but I will leave that to a separate video. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, all that stuff, and check me out on Patreon. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by.